لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
This is actually the celebration to commemorate the end of the month of Ramadan, the end of the month of fasting. Allah tells us in the Quran that فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. With every hardship comes ease, with every hardship comes ease. So the ease at the end of the difficulties of the month of fasting, because inevitably there are difficulties involved, having to sacrifice your desires, having to suppress your what desires to eat and drink, etc. So the ease comes on this day of celebration where everybody's dressing up nice, meeting one another, greeting one another, eating nice food. It's a day of joy, a day of celebration. So the significance is all about the end of the month of Ramadan. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, we thank Allah and we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us this Eid-ul-Fitr, this celebration at the beginning of Shawwal, as a gift, as a blessing, as a joy for those who have fasted and made sacrifice for the sake of Allah during this month. Remember, Rasulullah told us, do not hate one another, do not be jealous of one another, do not boycott one another, and be servants of Allah as brothers. This is what we should be. The bonds of brotherhood are so precious and so beloved to Allah. Let us fortify them on this day. And another thing we should do on this blessed day, Alhamdulillah, we are so blessed that we will be celebrating this day in ease, in prosperity. We're all wearing fine new clothes. We are all going to eat until we can't get any more food in our throats, probably. Giving our children such blessed, wonderful gifts and joy. The orphans, is there anyone looking after them? If we know some, visit them. Spare a thought for the widows and the aged and the people in difficulty in our own community, and make the dua for those around our ummah who are also suffering the difficulties. We should commemorate this day of Eid also by showing solidarity and making dua and hoping for Allah's rahmah and ease upon the oppressed in our ummah. When we greet each other with the salams, we are spreading peace to one another. Do so with such sincerity that your smile alone is a sadaqah that can last you, and the brother will be desperate to see you again just by the sincerity of our smiles and our du'as for one another. When we greet in the best way. When we part in the best way. And make the niyyah that we will all gather very soon again. Inshallah, maybe later on in the Jummah. Or make it a regular basis to keep these bonds of brotherhood very tight.
This Eid at the moment is Eid-ul-Fitr, which occurs at the end of Ramadan. And basically, through a month of fasting in Ramadan, at the end of it, we have the Eid celebration, which lasts 3 days, but the most important is the first day. And it's a day where we basically, because we can eat again in the day, and we visit family members that we haven't seen, we visit people who we haven't maybe seen before in a long time, we go to the hospital, visit people, and generally it's a time of happiness. We usually take a day off if we can from work and from school, and it's a time for us to reflect as well, because throughout Ramadan it's a time of Ramadan is like reconditioning for Muslims. It's a program to recondition a Muslim, to make them more aware of other people who might not have food, to make them aware of what they speak about people, no backbiting, no slander, and it's just this time where we're always conscious of what we should be doing.
It's like a victory day where after a month of fasting, we celebrate it with our families and friends and relatives, just to say our thanks and gratefulness to Allah.
We go visit our friends, we go like town, we miss school. Have food after 30 years of fasting.
30 days.
Visit friends and family, yeah.
Basically, this is to remind every single Muslim about, how hard can it be, for poor people especially, they have no food or something.
Yeah, the very word Eid, Fitri means the original state of people is pure. Yeah, to me, it's time to rejoice because you don't have other time normally. So this is the best time to meet other people and greet them and forgive them and also ask forgiveness from them. Yeah.
Well, we first go to the mosque in the morning to pray, and then we just talk to our friends, and then go home and celebrate with our families, and sometimes we go outside to celebrate with other relatives.
I see.
Probably already been to the prayer itself, and the beginning of Eid for most people will be the beginning of the prayer. Everybody will pray the morning prayer, the Fajr, the sunrise prayer, either in the mosque or in the houses, and then people will gather to the Eid prayer as they've just done now. They'll pray 2 cycles of prayer, then they'll listen to a sermon, which is something relevant to the day and to the month of Ramadan. Then from now on, everybody will greet each other, they'll be visiting each other, exchanging gifts. People will go maybe to visit family members, have food. There's a lot of food involved on the day of Eid.
لا إله